Okay, so up until this point, you have discovered a lot and are moving forward, but we do need to talk about something that is pretty dang important. We need to talk about darkness and the different kinds of darkness and how they affect other people. So just like there is a light energy in everything, there's a dark energy in everything. Like, we did talk about that in some depth. Well, if there is a dark energy in everything, there are different kinds of dark energies, just like there are different kinds of light energies. Like, we can attract love vibrations or we can attract joy. Like, there are different kinds of light vibrations. There are also different kinds of dark vibrations. We don't always release or receive the same things as well. So we need to talk about the different kinds of dark entities and how they affect us. So the first one we need to talk about is demons. So they do exist. You can fight me on that if you want to, but I won't hear it. You can have your own opinion pretty much, and that's just fine. But I know they exist. And so they're so let's see how to put this. They are the spirits who do not have a body, who have never had a body, who struggle with they're pretty much jealous that we have a body and they just want to destroy us. They're just dark. So those are what we call demons. Devils are very similar. I would say they're a little bit more higher class. Like, they're not as like minion-y. And they hurt. They're very similar, but it's like we have angels and archangels, so we have devils and demons, if that makes sense. Then we have unclean spirits. Unclean spirits are spirits who died if your religion, you could say died in sin, or people who died and didn't get rid of their addiction when they died. So there are people who, like, let's say they're just a drunk alcoholic. Here comes my kid. Let's just say they're a drunk alcoholic, and when they died, they were still addicted to alcohol or still addicted to eating disorders or whatever. What you're going to find with these spirits is that they are going to they're not moving on with life. They're going to try to still get high from their addiction, after they have, died. And so an unclean spirit is someone who died and is unclean. They can't get themselves to move forward. They're not, purified enough to heal their life, just like someone who is an alcoholic down here cannot move forward. And whether you're religious or not, that doesn't matter. It's just it's a person that died who is still addicted on the other side. And so oftentimes they will try to jump inside of another person to feel out what they're missing and what they're not feeling. So hopefully that makes sense. So let's say if I'm for example, if I was like addicted to alcohol and I was an alcoholic, I would drink a lot of alcohol because those spirits that are inside of me when I'm drinking alcohol are addicted, and they're keeping my addiction, and they're getting high off of when I'm getting high. Okay, so they're kind of attached. It can get really weird and technical. So that is an unclean spirits. So we have devils, demons, unclean spirits, spiritual pathogens. These are like, when I see them, and I can see them with my eyes, they're like little teeny tiny bugs. They're like parasites that kind of swim around in your energy and just eat things up and just cause havoc. It's like, think about a parasite in your body, very, very similar, but they're energetic, they're dark, and they're there to cause havoc. So demons, devils, unclean spirits, spiritual pathogens, witches. There are dark witches and light witches. We're talking about the dark ones specifically, because if you're pagan or if you're any other religion, I'm totally respectful of that. Or if you practice witchcraft, which is fine. Some people call it witchcraft. I call it energy work. But I'm noticing as I educate myself, they're pretty much the same thing. Like, they say spells, we call it scripts. It's very, very similar. Like I said, I'm not too educated, but I do feel like I am more educated than the average energy worker, especially LDS energy worker, because I do like to be very open-minded. Anyways, so we have light witches and dark witches that practice black magic who have died. Those are the ones we're releasing when we're in a dark session. We are not releasing good things. We are releasing bad things when we're reading that script. So witches and warlocks, the same thing. It's just a male witch who has casted evil spells, like we talk about, curses, hexes, all of those things. Like, and they do exist, guys. These things actually exist, but we don't need to be afraid of them because we can cast them out, and our agency is so powerful. So devils, demons, unclean spirits, spiritual pathogens. I have to like go through the script. Witches, warlocks, evil spells. I'm trying to think of all the things. I think that's pretty much it. There's a bunch of different things. It's pretty self-explanatory. We just need to understand that as much as there's a light thing in all things, there are dark things in all things, and that we need to be very protective of our energy, and that they have dark function, and each of them have a separate purpose. So if someone was like, well, I don't understand what's the difference between a dark spirit and an unclean spirit. Oh, a dark spirit. A dark spirit is someone who chose the dark side after they died. So they had a body, and then they're not addicted. They're not addicted to anything. They have a body, but they chose to continue to practice dark things. So that is kind of the difference. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you know that I am up and willing to help y'all. So there you go.